My nephew gave my chronically conditioned daughter a clock with a bunch of pictures of her in hospital beds on it as a joke, but my daughter started crying over it, so I threatened to give him a reason to be bedbound or GTFO. My 40F daughter, 16F, has a lot of medical conditions and has spent a lot of time in hospitals, has had tons of surgeries. A lot of these conditions also cause extreme pain and limit her ability to do a lot of things she wanted to do. My nephew, 18M, is a bit of a prankster, and has done some pretty bad things in the past. Her birthday was yesterday and we had family come over, obviously masks, vaccinated, tests before coming and after, and we were opening gifts and my nephew had gotten her a customized clock and had a poem on it. The pictures were replacing the numbers on the clock and of her in hospital beds. I don't know how he got a hold of them as it's mainly my sister/his mom or my husband's family that had them. The poem was about happy memories and how he hopes she makes more of them in the future. My daughter started tearing up at it, and when I read it I got pissed and told them to leave. My sister told me she wouldn't as her son was just joking. I said that this goes beyond jokes and I wouldn't allow it in my house. She said I was overreacting, and my son, 18M, had to step in and lead them out. Now a lot of the family is mad at me saying I overreacted and am taking things too seriously and need to lighten up a bit, and I am starting to feel that they are right, but I don't know.
Update. Okay, I'm pretty sure Op is my aunt, and I'm the guy who is a jerk, but my aunt is leaving something out. My cousin has always been sick and yeah, she's been in and out of hospitals all her life. Aunt can't really handle it. She keeps talking about how her daughter never had a life and never will until she gets well, though cousin won't ever be well. Her condition is chronic and painful, but it's not going to get much better than it is, and yeah, that sucks. But it feels like her mom can't accept that and keep focusing on her daughter getting better. But I think that my cousin's life can't wait for that because that'll never happen. But if anyone tries to talk about that to my aunt, she flips out and starts screaming about how her daughter will be fine and be able to do everything. I just stopped talking about it completely around her. But cousin's been really down about it lately, with the pandemic and lockdowns and all. She's been able to do even less and never sees any of her friends or anything, and she and I have been talking about it. She said she had no life and never had been happy and never would be because she'd never be fine. I tried to cheer her up and remind her that though a lot of it did suck, there were good times too, and times she laughed, like when I taught her to do card tricks or that time when we raced up and down the hospital corridor and she kept winning because she was in a wheelchair and a lot faster. We ended up laughing about a lot of stuff and she shared some of the times she was happy. After she said she felt a lot better about everything. That gave me the idea for the gift, something to remind her that even when she was in hospital and everything sucked, there were good times too, and though she'll be spending a lot of her life in hospital beds, there will always been good times and laughter along with the bad stuff. So I got some pictures off my mom and some other family trying to get pictures of those times she told me about when she was happy. The clock wasn't me being fake deep. Cousin once told me that when the pain was really bad and the doctors wouldn't give her pain meds because it wasn't good for her to get them, she'd stare at the clock on the wall and follow it with her eyes as it ticked the seconds, just keeping her mind on getting through from one second to the next. It wouldn't make it easier for her, but that way she could get through it. So I wanted to give her something she could look at and remember that even if things was really, really bad right now, there'd be times where it wasn't as bad. And okay, the poem was really cringe, but I thought it would make her laugh because it was so bad it was fun. But when she opened it, she just burst into tears and my aunt started yelling at me, and then her and mom started arguing. I just sat there like an idiot because I felt horrible. I know I can be a jerk at times and thoughtless, but I honestly didn't think she'd be upset. I texted cousin later and apologized for making her cry. She wrote back apologizing for crying, saying she did like it, but when she saw it she just felt overwhelmed. She also asked if I had a copy of the poem because she wanted to hang it on her wall, but her mom had taken it and the clock and wouldn't give them to her. But I'm not sure I can believe her. Cousin will always make sure everyone else around her is okay when she's the one hurting most. Seeing all the verdicts here about aunt not being an asshole makes me think I just messed up a lot and should apologize to cousin, though I just meant to remind her that there was good times too. I know I can be a jerk at times and I guess I really messed this up.